Hi, this is Abe Bushley. That ain't who tells it like a TI is. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Tell me what I'm going to talk to you today about is the Meghan Markle podcast, Archetypes. This series, episode happened last week where she interviewed Paris Hilton, and she said she wanted to dispel the trope and the narrative around being called a bimbo and stuff like that. Like I said, there's certain archetype things. I mean, the whole podcast is good. I said that when she did the Serena one and the Mariah Carey one, but it's just certain topics that kind of hit home to me and that's relatable to me and stuff like that. Now I did this one because I don't know too much about Paris Hilton. I knew that she had that show called The Simple Life. Uh, uh, they said it was 2004, but I know it was in 2000s, and I kind of looked at it a little bit. But then when I saw it was just about rich girls acting a fool, it was her and it was Paris Hilton and I think it was Paris Hilton, her sister Nikki, Kim Kardashian, and some more girls. I think even Lindsay Lohan was in it because I watched it a couple of times back in the 90s when it came on. I said, well, I don't want to watch this. But anyway, she gave a little background information about her. She was saying that something about she was working for a deal or no deal, and stuff like that. And she was saying that while she was in college studying acting, she was also working for the U.S. Embassy. And while she would do the I guess U.S. Embassy job at night or whatever, and she would do the deal or no deal. And she was saying that even though that the deal or no deal did provide her with some income, that wasn't a job for her, and that's why she quit. And she said because the way it made her feel, the way it made her feel, and she felt like that they didn't look at her for her smarts, they looked at her for her looks and stuff like that. And so she said she wanted to dispel that because she was just more than her looks. And so she said she was going to talk to Paris Hilton, and she did talk to Paris Hilton. And Paris Hilton said that she was kind of nervous to talk to Meghan because she didn't know Meghan that well. But she said after she listened at the podcast that she did with Serena, she said she was okay. And Meghan said she was also nervous about interviewing Paris because she had some kind of prejudgments or judgmental of Paris based on what she did on that show and stuff like that. And so Paris said that she did have to play that dumb blonde role for a while because that's the way it was portrayed. That's the way it was portrayed. That's the way it was portrayed on the real life and stuff like that. And she was saying that she moved to New York when she was 15. Her and her sister, I think Nikki, and all they did was party, and have wild and then party and go out and do wild stuff. And she said her life changed when her mom and dad sent her to boarding school. She said her mom and dad was so strict. I was so strict on her, but she said what it was you couldn't nothing beat that boarding school. She said because the headmaster of that boarding school was so mean to her and talked down to her and did her real bad. And she said she said those headmasters at those boarding schools, they were real mean to her and stuff. And she was just saying that if she told Meghan that if she could just get out of there and outlive that. And she said the way to make it through that, she pretended like she was Barbie and she was in this mansion and stuff. And then Meghan said, well, you pretended like, why was Barbie? She said, because Barbie was rich and Barbie could do all this. And that's what she grew up around, Barbie dolls and stuff. And she was saying she finally left there. When she finally left there was so much trauma and abuse. And then Meghan said, ooh, just by you telling me about it, I feel kind of a way. And she was saying, she gets emotional talking about it too. Paris said that. Now, what I did like about the interview, I did like about Paris did decide to give her props, and like she said, she had to play the game for a while, and when people would think she was that, in her mind, she would say, "That's not me. That's just a character. That's just a character." That's just a caricature of me. That's not really me. That's somebody else. And I think a lot of people do that. They kind of go in like a little fantasy land and try to forget about traumas and stuff that they had. And she was saying, yeah, I kind of, Megan was saying, yeah, I kind of watched your documentary, and I didn't know you had went through all this in your documentary. She said, yeah, I did. And she said, well, what are you doing now, Paris? Paris said, well, Paris said, well, you know, I got a podcast, and then I'm doing this, and I got a beauty line. She said, I'm still doing stuff, and I already did my documentary. Now the part I didn't like was that the interview was good, and I liked the Paris's part better. I mean, even though Meghan gave a little background, it was like the media put it all on Meghan about her saying that she didn't think of herself as a bimbo and stuff like that. I see both sides of the coin, and some people trying to get on Whoopi talking about. I mean, like I said, I'm a casual Meghan fan, and I've always said that in a lot of my videos. But it's like some people that they don't want you to say nothing negative about Meghan, or give her conductive criticism. And so it's like it's like me. I'm trying to be more open minded in all the subjects that I talk about. I try to be open minded, open ended, and look at both sides of the situation. And that's exactly what I did with this video. And I mean, even though it was supposed to be about Paris, the media made it about Meghan, and they were saying she should have known when she got on Deal or No Deal that they wanted her for her looks and stuff like that. I know Meghan did Deal or No Deal for a stepping stone, because she said it did provide income for her family, but she was also working at the U.S. Embassy. And I think, you know, when you work for the government, it's some jobs that you can't take. Now I do believe that she had some feelings, but I also believe because she worked for the U.S. Embassy, they didn't want any secrets getting out or anything like that. So I mean, I think it was both. I think she quit because she worked with the embassy, and also because she didn't like the way she feels. She thought those girls, you know, like she said, a lot of them was just as smart as she was, but they didn't look at them for their smart. So she decided to quit because of the way she felt. But then let me pause this and then I'll come back. I'm back. Whoopi Goldberg was looking at it from an actor's point of view, and she was saying that a lot of actors have to take jobs they really don't like or really care for because they have to make a living. And she brought up the analogy of Vanna White. She was saying Vanna White has been turning those Wheel of Fortune for years. And she was saying Vanna White's been making pretty good money. But do you think Vanna White thought that some people was gonna take her for her intellect and her smarts? No, Vanna White needed a job, and she liked the job, and she's making big money. And that's why I say understand Whoopi Goldberg's point. She was just saying, you know, when you're an actor and you're in Hollywood, you have to take the first thing that comes along. So that's what she was saying. But there were so many people trying to be negative and to talk about Whoopi Goldberg. And like I said, I understand both parts. And so she had her right to quit, and she finally quit. What you call it? And like she said, she finally got a job on Suits, and she liked the character she played on Suits. I think she said it's Rachel Zane, because Rachel Zane was supposed to be like a legal assistant or a lawyer, and that job to her, that job to her was looking at her for her smarts and her intellect, and that's what she really wanted. And stuff like that. So like I said, I wish the thing would have been more about Paris. The story was just as interesting. And like I said, I was surprised by myself. And like Paris said, that she had to go ahead on and play the game as being as being the bimbo, and the dumb blonde while she was on The Simple Life. But she said after The Simple Life, people still wanted to treat her like that way. So she had to kind of work along with it until she could do something else. But now she's doing something else, and she don't have to worry about that bimbo status anymore and stuff. And they did. They looked at a lot of women with blonde hair and blue eyes as the dumb blonde of the dumb person and stuff. And those caricatures were trying to be in the late 90s, early 2000s. Because I remember that's how Pamela Anderson made all her money, being a dumb blonde on Baywatch and all kinds of shows. But in reality, Pamela Anderson was really kind of smart. So I'm kind of glad she did this podcast on on the narrative and on the narrative of the dumb blonde and how women are perceived in Hollywood and stuff. Now I am gonna do the one with Issa Rae about the angry black woman. I'll do that in another video. But like I said, I really like this one. This is A. Wesley. That ain't even tells it like a T.I. is. I am out.